American people. And then you won't have the people needing to get abortions all the time. That's the way it should be.
I'll say something else. I think it's a racial motivation.
Man,
in the
I've been accused of being simplistic, but that's absolutely unbelievable.
There's a racial motivation in the welfare system, too.
Answers are.
Morris Jeff, who's the head of the National Black Welfare Workers Association, was asked by the New Orleans Times-Picayune what would he do about the illegitimate birth rate. He says, well, look around. We wouldn't control the city of New Orleans except for our birth rate. He himself talked about the fact that whites maybe should be concerned about the increasing minority birth rate in America.
I totally disagree.
I think the liberals...
Let me hear from a welfare mother, all right? Go ahead, ma'am.
I'm not a welfare mother, but I'm a welfare representative.
All right, you're a representative, and you represent a lot of welfare mothers we have here.
Yes.
All right.
Women are on welfare. There are
You
lots.
represent them to the welfare boards?
I'm an advocacy to the welfare board of welfare mothers.
All right, let me ask you a question now, because this is a story that happened to a friend of mine in Sacramento, California. He had a hamburger stand near in a black community, in a black area, all right, near a university. And when he had the young ladies working for them, he paid $5.50 an hour. A welfare lady used to come in there once a month and talk to his people and tell them how they would make more money on welfare than they would by getting his $5.50 because they had to take out taxes, they had to pay for their own medical care, and if they were on welfare, they'd be doing better. Now, do you do that type of thing?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Because that is an abuse, as you know.
That is an abuse. There are some people on welfare who have a need to be there. Welfare was initiated just for that fact, for emergency assistance.
It's called relief.
Emergency relief, as you want to call it. However, these women should not be forced to take birth control pills, have their uterus removed and cooked in a pot, nor should they their bodies, they should have the right to do what they want, not to be forced. Now, as Mr. Downey said, mothers on welfare, they are not having 10, 12, 15 children. The average woman on welfare have 1.2 children. That, okay? Now, that averages out to 2 children.
I wish all the white women were having 15 kids.
Let me give you the actual figures, all right? 73.5% of welfare families have no more than 2 children. 30% have been on for less than 2 years, 50% for less than 4 years. But let me tell you what the real problem is. Pardon me?
That average comes down with the white ones.
That's all of them.
The average is out with the white ones.
Not the white ones. It's total number.
Let me tell you. Well, let me tell you what a real problem is, all right? I don't know if you know it, and I don't know if you know it. I mean, we're all trying to be humanitarian here, all right? The real problem is they won't let the father stay with the family.
Precisely.
All right?
Morton?
If the father could stay with the family, then you wouldn't have the problems that you got. But we created the problems with the broken families in this country. The pablum-puking Democrats did it, baby. Where? You know damn well where.
Not we.
Morton,
Wait a second. Next we're going to talk to this father-son act, all right, that wants to set up their own state, an all-white state. Stay with us. Cyril, I'm coming back to you. Come on, let's go.
Don't use plain petroleum jelly.
But my lips are really dry and cracked.
Use Blistex ointment. I've found it's better.
Isn't Blistex for cold sores?
Blistex also helps heal dry, cracked lips. Blistex has 3 forms of medication.
Hey, petroleum jelly doesn't.
Petroleum jelly coats, but Blistex penetrates for faster relief of dryness and stimulates healing. Only Blistex has this lip tip.
Penetrates, medicates, new lip tip. Blistex is better.
Finally, equal treatment for hands and nails. Introducing new Vaseline Intensive Care Hand and Nail Formula Lotion to soften rough, dry hands and help strengthen nails with moisturizers for your hands and keratin, the protein found in healthy nails. New hand and nail formula from the makers of Vaseline Intensive Care, because we believe in equal treatment for hands and nails.
Now's the time to buy. At Circuit City's January clearance sale, you'll find incredible markdowns in every department. Save now on top-name audio, video, appliances, and more. The values are spectacular, like this Sherwood 35-watt stereo receiver with surround sound. Now a low $99. The January clearance sale going on now at Circuit City, the intelligent choice.
And here are today's specials at Giant Worthington Chevrolet. Look, an 86 Dodge Aries SE, $39.95. An 86 Chevy Sprint, just $39.95. An 84 Chevy Celebrity, just $39.95. An 85 Pontiac 6000, $39.95. An 86 Chevy Spectrum, only $49.95. Hey, give us a call. Call us collect. We'd love to talk to you. Pick up the phone. Call us collect. Worthington Mitsubishi. Worthington Chevrolet. Open till midnight every day. See you here.
This says Duke's campaign bid seen shaking up Democrats and GOP. Good Lord, who's kidding, all right? Now, here's from a magazine that Mr. Duke is quoted. I don't hate blacks. They've got good points. They're like children. They're innocent, and they're cruel. They can't control themselves. You see the way they bop along with their radios, no discipline. They're instinctive. They're instinctive. That's why they're good in sports and music. They've got great rhythm. Whether their rhythm is so great, what are you worried about them having so many children for?
Wrong kind of rhythm.
Gloria?
Unfortunately, you have a number of people who the only way they can be seen is not through talent, because they don't have it. Therefore, they make extreme statements, and that's their way of gaining visibility. Nobody now does not say that our welfare system is not horrible. It's there, it's in place, and what happens with government is once you put something in place, it's hard to get rid of. But what you have to do is sit down and design a method of improving it. And improving it does not mean to deprive others of their constitutional rights. His rights are being respected. Here he is, network television, saying outlandish things. But the rights of women, not just black women, women in general, he would just, with no concern at all, deprive them of it.
Madam,
like they've already deprived.
Women don't have the right to attack the race.
Madam, Lucille, I want Sarah, you're going to go after
women
this
don't
lady
have the
because
right.
I know she's been out of shape.
It's not black women. The issue isn't white women, Hispanic, or whatever. The issue is women on welfare. And it's not fair that women on welfare are talked down, they're low self-esteem, they're unmotivated. That is not true. There are many mothers on welfare because they were gainfully employed. There is not adequate daycare facilities for their children. How in the hell can a mother go out here and work when her child is not being provided for?
That's right, ma'am. And if she has more children, she's not going to be able to work. And if she has more children, they're not going to have the money. If she has more illegitimate...
Are you willing to open your office and give out condoms to men who have sex with welfare women to also help keep the birth rate down?
Hell yeah.
I know hardly anybody. I know.
Have you ever considered doing that?
The problem in America for American women and men is the fact that corporations and the government are not providing places where children can be taken in the morning, as is done in Europe, where they have good care, where they're getting a good education, while both the mother and father, if necessary, work.
Ma'am.
What is needed is a place for those who wish to work to take
Why
care
can't private industry do this? Why do we always have to turn to the government?
Martin, simple.
Cyril's been trying to talk all night.
Grand Dragon, just 1 second. First of all, you're looking at the son of a welfare mother, and we're not a 1.2 family. 9 children followed me. Okay? All members of society, gainfully employed, paying our taxes. And my mother is a candidate for a doctoral degree. Okay, let's get that Welfare mother.
Cyril, incidentally, is with the Congress of Racial Equality.
Mr. Grand Dragon President, I want to give this to you. The way to cut the cycle of poverty is to create jobs. How do you do it? By making every welfare recipient, every welfare mother a worker. Give them a job and a contract. That job and that contract is to administer those funds to their children, okay? You give them a contract. What are the elements of the contract? They have to maintain the children clean. They have to make sure they go to school. Now, I'm not talking about giving dole money out. I'm talking about creating a job for those so-called welfare mothers. Call them workers.
Okay, how do you
create
how do you create a job?
White welfare
you know, you create it, and you make those welfare counselors. You make those welfare
create
counselors.
a job and have the taxpayer pay for it.
You make those welfare counselors. You make those welfare counselors contract compliance officers, and you reduce your spending there. And you put a time limit on all that.
Why?
And before you know it, you'll see those so-called welfare mothers who can now buy daycare services. Okay, I'm not talking about creating free services anywhere.
Why do you try to make it appear like it's just a black problem?
Well, you deal with the white problem.
Where are the white welfare?
Well, you deal with the white problem.
Poor in this country than black.
Go ahead.
Now, I know white mothers are on welfare, and they can't possibly. They can't pay the rent. This idea is ridiculous. I know a lot of them on welfare. They try to get the jobs, they can't pay the rent. There's not enough wages to pay the rent.
Women, we are talking about women.
It's a black problem.
You are colorblind.
See the white
I strive hard for women. I strive and work hard for women. I don't care what color they are.
Why didn't you bring some with you?
I did.
I got some.
Show me one white welfare mother.
I did.
I don't see any. You want all the welfare. I tell white. White welfare mothers to go get it. White welfare mothers get it before
Why don't you shut up and let him
talk?
There's more white welfare mothers. Go after it. If you don't, it's going to be the Puerto Ricans.
Where are you white?
Anybody they bring in.
Where are they? We cannot divide the system. We cannot divide the system.
Rotten system.
But where are your white welfare mothers? Where are they? Why did you not bring your white welfare mothers here?
Zip it for a minute. Zip it.
Why did you bring
Wait a second, sweetheart. Lucille, give me 1 second.
The illegitimate problem
Why
is
should we...
primarily a
David,
black
shut up! Why shouldn't we divide the system? Why shouldn't we just create a total new system? Why divide it? And how's this for an idea?
Because there's a lot of difference between black welfare and white welfare.
Oh, what the hell is it?
What is it? Because the whites are out looking for the jobs.
There is a difference.
The whites are out looking for the jobs?
They're trying.
Because the whites have a better shot at getting the jobs, don't they? They have a chance to get the job.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
I'm telling every white welfare mother to take every dime they can get before the third world gets it.
And I'm telling every black one to kick his ass! We'll be back in just a minute. Come back. Listen, I want to introduce you to a gentleman you're just going to love, all right? I want to introduce you to a guy. His name is John Metzger. He's the son of Tom. John's the president of the Aryan Youth Movement. Now, John is the founder of that organization. Wait a second. Give the poor guy a chance. You look like a normal red-blooded American boy. Whatever would possess you to suck around Daddy with that kind of stuff?
Well, I'll get directly to the main topic of the subject. I won't even bother responding to you. People who don't really...
Oh, I'm just so upset I almost wet my pants.
See, people who don't care about themselves and are lazy and get money off the welfare system, they shouldn't get the money. But I don't want the government coming in and directing these programs, because in a while, just because you look this way, they'll say you're not going to get this kind of money. What I'm saying is people that have a bad break because of all the illegal immigration, 30 million, in 1985, 30 million white kids over the age of 25 had no education at all through high school. That was 7 times higher than the black men. And anytime you see it on the news reports, it's always percentages.
Whose fault was that?
Affirmative action, that's who.
No, it wasn't.
Accurate.
No,
All I'm trying to say...
All I'm trying to say... affirmative action to get into school, Tom.
Schools weren't closed down to whites.
You don't need affirmative action to get into school.
I'm not trying...
The education system wasn't shut down to whites.
I'm not trying to represent all people. I feel it's my duty to represent white people.
Evidently you are.
And that white people really don't have that break. And I'm here to represent them. Box 1784 in Fallbrook, California. Send you a whole bunch of literature.
Let me hear it. Now, let me hear it.
Affirmative action is welfare. Affirmative action is welfare.
Does John represent?
Affirmative action.
But we,
Where's our?
Okay.
How about the thousands of letters we get off these shows and all these other shows? See, they won't stand up right now because there's a lot of peer pressure out there, but there are people out there who agree. See, I could come in here. See, I could come in here and I feel all right because I know there's people out there I'm representing.
But the most massive...
Here's the only thing. Here's the only thing these guys respond to, right? You love it, right? You like that, huh? You like that, huh?
Listen, the most massive program of racial discrimination in America's history is going on right now against white people. It's called affirmative action. It goes on in every major corporation, every business, school, everywhere. If discrimination was wrong against minorities in years past,
education, you have always been able to
going on at massive scale, and it's about time we spoke out.
You better talk into that, pal. No one's hearing you. Got to talk into that.
Why we were
affirmative action?
Well, let me hear from an educated person, Dr. Toot, all right? This guy obviously isn't.
Right. What we need is a nation that has full employment, a nation that doesn't spend its budget on armaments. And I'm so glad that now Russia and this country are going to realize that spending money on armaments rather than increasing our productivity is silly.
Well, Dr. Toot, that's another show.
Whoa.
That's another show. I'm not sure we didn't get snookered in that one.
Educating people to work. There's no need for everyone to finish school and be a functional illiterate and have no skills. We have got to increase the productivity of this country.
You like what she's saying?
We've got to have
Would you welcome her into your organization?
Who are willing
Would you?
to have daycare
She can come and speak to me anytime and even be on my TV show.
Can she be in your organization? She's saying the things you like.
Does she want to help white people? Sure, she can associate with us. Anybody who wants to help white working people is welcome with us.
I would rather have you join my organization of good Americans.
I've been the guest of a lot of black people.
We don't limit it to anybody. All Americans. All Americans.
What I want to know is where the NAACP, where's the NAACP on illegal immigration? How come the NAACP never got into the fight over the border problem? How come the NAACP? How come they don't get into it?
What you're arguing is not
now,
even
Lucia.
What do you mean? They represent black people.
Wait a second. I want Shorty to say something. Go ahead. What are you doing with that button on?
We're winning all the time. We're winning all the time. You ought to go vote for Jesse. Just cut the lights out and vote for Jesse because y'all said the same thing.
Now you and I are coming apart.
Vote for Jesse.
No.
You can't vote for President. We're winning all the time. Winning all the time.
I'm not attacking Jesse Jackson.
And vote for Jesse. That's all you got to do.
Have I said anything
against Jesse Jackson? You said the same thing he said, but you won't admit it.
You heard
you won't admit anything? We got bad schools because nobody admits it. The people that run the schools,
I love Jesse Jackson.
Let's do that on another show.
Okay.
All right, let's do that on another show. You like Jesse Jackson?
Definitely I love
Sit down. Now let's get some calmness.
I can believe her if she's willing to say. I can believe her if she's willing to say, yes, I'm for equal rights for all. If the best qualified, the person who works the hardest, who gets the best grades, they should get the scholarship or the job or the promotion. If you're opposed to affirmative action, then I can believe that you're for all people. Are you opposed to affirmative action?
I'm opposed to quotas, but I am not opposed to a system that redresses the needs of people. And now, for quotas, I do not support them. However, I did... Wait a minute, let me finish. I did take an oath.
Let me hear her, Metzger.
I did take an oath. I did take an oath to support the Constitution and protect the rights of all citizens. And they were not simply minority rights that I was concerned with. I am the person who was responsible for women throughout the country to be able to break loans.
Remember the bond slave whites.
I can't put blinders on. I cannot think only as a black. You may think that way. I cannot.
Then, ma'am, you should be...
cannot be great as long as we have blinders on.
Then you should... Well, then you should be... You should be in a white civil rights movement today because it's white rights that are being lost in America. Massive discrimination.
You know what? Hey, John, you know what? I want to go to the people and the welfare mothers next. Let's talk to them. Come on, John. You all right? Now, let's talk to a Wait a second, sweetheart. Let me talk to you. You're a welfare mother, am I correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, if you have a question, ask
And I'll tell you what, on top of the fact that I was a welfare mother, not only did I used to get aid and worked at the same time, raise 7 children, all right? But at the same time, I supported some of your women who you walked out on while you were laying underneath the sheet.
How long? How long have you been in this country?
You are about
Some of the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It doesn't take that much intelligence.
Look, lady.
Between you
Look, lady,
and
all we're asking you to do is while you receive welfare benefits that you don't have children.
When did you come to this country?
Why should the people who work hard in America be forced to finance your illegitimacy?
What did you do? What did you do?
Why should they take the money from people who are trying to pay for their children's education?
How long have you been in this country? How long have you been in this country?
I was working.
Yeah, where are you from?
I was working. I'll tell you where I'm from.
Where were you born?
I was born in the island of Puerto Rico, which your country gets part of what we have. Do you understand? We constantly fight.
That's the whole problem, ma'am. Native Americans who can't even afford children are forced to finance
You're running for president and you don't know a Puerto Rican Native American? You don't... Come on. How long have you been on welfare?
I only been this past 3 years. I went out of work. All my children were grown. I'm still fighting to get a job because of my nationality or either my color, because if you look at me, obviously I'm not white. But it doesn't make a difference as to what kind of job I need. It wouldn't make any difference if I was making $4 an hour.
You can qualify for 2 affirmative action programs, Hispanic and minority. I'm black.
The jobs are not available.
Let me ask you, ma'am, have you tried to get jobs at any of the fast food places?
Yes, I have, and I'll tell you what.
Ma'am, there's a common place for welfare. Welfare is not
Shut up, David, for a minute.
I have taken tests for the government jobs. Do you understand? And the only thing is, if you only have 1 job slot open and 20,000 people apply for the job and only 1 person can get it, then what?
Let me go to this lady now. Let's get as many people. Let's get as many people up here.
Get up the vote. Get up the vote.
Puerto Ricans to take the
Okay.
Where do you come from?
We don't want Puerto Rico. Take it back.
You don't want Puerto Rico?
No. We support the Puerto Ricans. Take it back.
Well, come here. Wait a second, sweetheart. Zip it. Zip it. Let this lady have a chance. Zip it. Go.
Thank you. All right. First, I always think it's good for you to have these Duke and Metzger guys on so people can see what real jerks they really are.
That's true, man.
Okay. But anyway, to get down to something serious, I wanted to go back to Cyril's plan.
What'd you say about her
for
hairdo?
welfare. What?
Go out, continue.
Look, you're
Said something
irrelevant.
about his hairdo
You're
and
irrelevant.
he has
Let me
to
go
follow
on to my
us.
point. All right. Actually, I just fell into his hands, so now let me concentrate on what I'm saying. I want to elaborate a little bit more on what Cyril said, because I think that the plan that he proposed for welfare is very good. In any kind of situation, you have both good and you have bad. In the welfare system, I'm afraid, unfortunately, you have more bad people, more people abusing the system than really is necessary.
Blacks, that's who.
Now, let me go to Cyril's plan and just elaborate just a little bit.
Where's the white
Cyril's
welfare
plan
mothers?
of making the mothers, having the mothers.
We tried to get some white welfare mothers. When they heard you two scum were going to be here, they didn't want to be identified with you.
Cyril's plan of having a contract with the mothers, between the mothers and the government, okay, wherein they have certain guidelines to follow it. I would take it even one step further. I would say this. Yes, you have a time limit. And if you miss one of the qualifications that you have to have, if you don't follow one of the procedures, such as making sure that your child goes to school on time, I think the child should be taken from you
I got a better plan
and give
for you.
it to somebody else.
Let's see what you think of this one. Let's see what you think of this one. I got a better one for you. Tom, listen.
You people clean up your act on TV, but go down to the streets.
Let me respond to her.
Look at
the question is not welfare. The question is not whether people can be helped in these programs. The question is the welfare birth rate. Why should a welfare mother continue to have illegitimate children?
You want people to be sterilized? No, that's ridiculous.
No, I'm talking about practicing birth control. I'm talking about requiring them to practice.
Sterilize Ronald Reagan.
You know, now I'm gonna be accused of being a communist for coming up this one. All right, but I've studied it. I put it to a mathematical program, and I've looked at it. Welfare is costing this country $166 billion a year right now. All right. So, wait a second. Wait a second.
Compared to
wait a
national
second.
defense,
shut up,
the
will
arms
you?
raised.
Now, I say, and hear it through before you boo, I say every American family of 4, and you prorate it if it's less than 4, every year receives, every American family, rich, poor, everything, $12,000 a year. The second $12,000 that they earn is free. The third 12, they pay back 50% of that for the loan of the 12. The fourth 12, they pay back 50%. They've now paid back. At $48,000 and up, you now start paying the 28% bracket. What does that do? It does 2 important things. Number 1, it gives people the incentive to go to work, to become part of the system if they've been on welfare and been lazy, because now they have 12 and they can keep the next 12, all right? It takes those people and gives them incentive. Based on the model put together from some people at the University of Pennsylvania, this would bring back to the United States $109 billion of the money we're spending on welfare, because it would come in productivity and taxes. And you can boo it and say it's no good, but the pablum pukers haven't done anything about it.
The welfare money spent right back into the systems in the neighborhoods.
Let me tell you
something.
something.
The arms race money goes into the bank accounts.
You want a separate state? You want a separate state? You want a separate state? Shut up. I'll tell you, I'll give them a separate state. Let's join some garbage scouts together and send this son of a bitch out on one. We'll be right back. Stand by. I want to come to the Cowboys first. Go ahead, Cowboy.
I just want to tell you, you two don't act like you want to help welfare. You just are like for the white people, only white people. You know, we should all work together in this country. It ain't white and black, it's all together.
The largest amount of welfare people are white. The largest amount of welfare people are white.
Let me hear from this man.
All right. Mort, why didn't you give David a proper chance to display his candidacy?
Why didn't I give what?
His proper, you know, his chance to display everything. You didn't let him talk or anything like that.
Are you kidding? His tongue dug a hole for him.
You didn't even give him a chance.
His tongue dug a hole.
I single-handedly got 500 of the 1,500 signatures he needed to get on the ballot.
You single-handedly did that. You ought to have your head examined. You ought to have it examined.
Not because he's a racist or nothing like that because you wouldn't give an actual chance to let him say anything other principles.
He said everything he had to say.
You wouldn't give him a chance to say it.
What do you want to give someone a chance when they use their tongue as a shovel, man?
Letting everyone else talk, why don't you give him a chance?
I'll give him a chance now. 30 seconds to wind it up.
Well, look, the point is this, you know, I'm not an advocate. I don't believe in white supremacy. I believe in a lot of white stupidity. There's a lot of white people today.
Wait a second, let me hear him. Let me hear him. Let me hear him.
There's a massive program of racial discrimination going on against white people in this country today. It affects millions, and nobody's concerned about it. And as Tom says, many of these people, many of the poor in America are white, but they face discrimination in scholarships and jobs. They work hard, they produce hard. But there's no concern, there's no moral outrage about discrimination against young white people. And welfare, I didn't talk. Sure, people deserve welfare. People should be helped in our society. But that doesn't mean that hardworking people who can't afford
30 seconds.
children...
You got it, Tom.
Look,
Tom's got it. First of all, I want to say hi to all the Brooklyn skinheads out this way. And second...
Yeah.
Love you. Hey. And second, I want to say all you white poor out there in the audience, we know who you are. We know what your problem is, and we're with you. Get all the money you can get off the bat.
Let me tell you something, because I want Gloria to say, wait a second! You know how you tell the difference between a white Aryan and a KKK? Huh? You take two pieces of crap, throw them against the wall, the piece that sticks is the KKK. Gloria, finish it up. You got 30 seconds.
One, I think that to air a show like this is important for people. But I think what is more significant is the fact that we realize that this is a great country. It's got a lot of problems. But I'm sitting here between two men like this, and I can sit here and know that the audience can think. I'm listening to what you're saying, and that is what is important. But if we ever have a government, like he wants and like he wants, it will not be America.
I tell you, gang, you've heard some of the great hate mongers of our time tonight. They've exposed themselves once again as racist pigs with no constituency. We've also seen again that welfare recipients aren't the problem in this country. These are the problems. These, dirt like you. You're dirt. Good night, everybody.